lush green lawn I nurtured all summer long is now beneath 5 inches of leaves and so on. I rake for hours to make sure that they're gone, and then more leaves blow over from a neighboring lawn. They're brown and red and green and gold and tan. I've been pushing them to the curb in the cold, and it rains and they're run over by cars and vans. It all looks like an old bowl of raisin bran. Trees need leaves for respiration. It leaves me with perspiration and a growing sense of desperation. I should buy some sod and cover this location. And when the trees are empty and the ground's finally clear, the grass is brown before the snow gets here, I think of spring when green buds will appear, and wonder if a chainsaw'd make this tree disappear. Got a 7-bedroom house, 6 are underground. Got a sensitive alarm there to detect the smallest sound. Electrified barbed wire fence surrounding the compound. And if anyone gets on my land, got a gun to shoot him down. Once a year we put a wreath on the fallout shelter door. We have a feast of our best rations. Furthermore, maybe you'd like to join the fun. Sorry, but you can't. Merry Christmas. Stay off my land. With the holidays approaching, the world is full of cheer. It's nice to spread that cheer around, but don't you spread it here. Peace on earth is fine, I guess. Goodwill is as well. Brotherhood's acceptable, but let's keep it to ourselves. Soon snow will be falling and affect mobility, but I drive a tank so I can always get where I want to be. But you, on the other hand, best be careful where you land. Merry Christmas. Stay off my land. Christmas is a time for love and peaceful coexistence. But in my neighborhood, you'd better keep your distance. Once carolers ventured in my yard and annoyed me just a mite. But soon they found the minefield, and then it was silent night. On Christmas Eve I'll guard my yard with one eye on the sky. I might even see the Star of Bethlehem on high. But if Santa enters my airspace, I'll blow him out of the sky. And I'll be eating venison till the middle of July. Don't have a lot of ornaments in our ornament collection. Not real big on decorations unless it gives me some protection. Our mistletoe uses real missiles. Understand, Merry Christmas. Stay off my land. When you look out the window and you see the snow, and the temp in your house is a little low, make your kids and your pets sit back a bit and hope the wiring in your house is adequate. Space heater, space heater, space heater, space heater. There's no need to have a a chimney flue, but its 1500 watts might blow a fuse. It'll make you feel like it's a day in June. It's like a giant open toaster in your living room. Space heater, space heater, space heater, space heater. You'll be freezing in the back and burning on your face like a frozen dinner in a microwave. It can weld metal and can grill a steak, but even suicide bombers think that they're unsafe. If you really want to live life dangerously, you can go with a heater fueled by kerosene. When you need heat, is there something better? Well, okay, I suppose you could wear a sweater. Space heater, space heater, space heater, space heater, space heater, space heater.
One, two, three.
When I get up in the morning, got my surfboard in reach, I load it into my van and head on out to the beach. And when I get to the beach, I lay my towel on the sand. I turn my transistor on to hear my favorite band. I've got surf fever for kids of all ages. Surf fever, it's very contagious. Surf fever, it's really outrageous. Surf, 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 surf fever. Sometimes I sit and relax just like an old mother hen, but when the waves are just right, you'll see me out hanging tan. I've got surf fever for kids of all ages. Surf fever, it's very contagious. Surf fever, it's really outrageous. Surf, 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 surf fever. Well, if the weather gets cold or it starts to rain, we'll sit around the burger stand. But when the sun comes out, we'll be back again to ride the waves just like we planned. So if you treasure your pleasure and you love to have fun, I'll see you out by the water and the sand and the sun. We'll catch surf fever for kids of all ages. Surf fever, it's very contagious. Surf fever, it's really outrageous. Surf, 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 surf fever. If the weather gets cold or it starts to rain, we'll sit around the burger stand. But when the sun comes out, we'll be back again to ride the waves just like we planned. So if you treasure your pleasure and you love to have fun, I'll see you out by the water and the sand and the sun. We'll catch surf fever for kids of all ages. Surf fever, it's very contagious. Surf fever, it's really outrageous. Surf, 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 surf fever. Surf, 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 surf fever.
He was born on the streets of your basic urban city, from the living, leaking fluids on the road. Transmission fluid, antifreeze, battery acid, gasoline, and the wet and freezing slushiness of snow. When some careless passer spilled his vending machine coffee, it caused a mutant life to start to grow. He's an adamant contaminant, he's toxo, a hazardous waste slush puddle. He's chemically unstable, he's really quite acidic. He's 7 parts per million short of being carcinogenic. He's toxo, the hazardous waste slush puddle. Well, they tried to take a fire hose and flush him down the sewer, but toxo, he just wasn't gonna go. Then they tried to mop him up, but the mop disintegrated. Toxo sat there in the falling snow. He wouldn't flow, he wouldn't freeze, he wouldn't ripple in the breeze, just sat there with an eerie muddy glow. He's an adamant contaminant, he's toxo, the hazardous waste slush puddle. He's chemically unstable, he's really quite acidic. He's 7 parts per million short of being carcinogenic. He's toxo, the hazardous waste slush puddle. Well, as you might expect, a ton of bureaucrats arrived and argued over who had jurisdiction. And the locals got frustrated because nothing was resolved. But luckily the bureaucrats stepped in too close to toxo, and they were accidentally dissolved. Few actions are endearing as reducing the bureaucracy to a smoldering mass of semi-human man. Now toxo is a hero, his location is a shrine, and his legend is known all throughout the land. Still today, old toxo dissolves government officials as a public service anytime he can. He's an adamant contaminant, he's toxo, the hazardous waste slush puddle. He's chemically unstable, he's really quite acidic. He's 7 parts per million short of being carcinogenic. He's toxo, the hazardous waste slush puddle.
You can choose to cut your hair, or you can let it grow. You can decide to exercise today or wait a day or so. And if you don't get enough sleep, no one will ever check. But there are some body parts you really can't neglect. Don't take your colon for granted. A colon needs a little care. Care for it now so when you need it, you know your colon will be there. If you're buying gifts this year for others, get yourself a gift you won't regret. Call your doctor for an appointment. He won't prescribe an ointment. You'll be glad you did it in the end. And while I'm getting tested, would a vision test be wrong? No, that's a good idea, but it's a different song. The prep is a little bit unpleasant. The procedure is unpleasant too, perhaps. You might be glad to hear you get a day off work, and you get to take a real good nap. If your age is somewhere north of 50, time to check that lower intestine tract. From the transverse to the sigmoid, it's a test you should not avoid. You'll be glad you did it in the end. Your colon's healthy when you keep good fiber on your menu. Get a colonoscopy this Christmas.